Hello, trainers. As you all know, Pokemon Go has come out and has taken, well, the world by storm pretty much. It's been a pretty fun game. There's a few issues, though, I wanted to talk about, and hopefully some ways to solve those issues with things in the game. The biggest issue that I have with the game is items, timed items especially. So, incense, lucky eggs, lure modules, not so much in this because that kind of affects everybody. Talking about just the items that affect you. One major problem that the game has, and I hope that they put into a future update, is when you are not in the game. Let's say I pop an incense and the game crashes or the server crashes. The incense is still being used. So back, I think it was Monday, I went out, put an incense on my character, and immediately the server crashed, and I couldn't get back onto the server for like 10 minutes. And when I came back on, I only had 20 minutes left on the incense. And then, so I walked, I caught a few Pokemon, the server crashed again, and I was gone for like another 10 minutes, and then there was only like maybe like 5 or 6 minutes left on the incense. So I don't think items like incense and lucky eggs, the time should go down. Basically, the item shouldn't be in use unless you're actually in the game and actually connected to the game. I think that's something that should be fixed. Lure modules, not so much because those affect not just you, but like other people can come and collect Pokemon, so the module isn't wasted. But I felt like the incense I used that day was particularly wasted because half the time I wasn't in the game and I couldn't connect to the game just because the servers were being hit so hard. So that's one thing I wish they and hope they'll fix in the future. Also, the other major issue I have so far is distance tracking. So a few days ago, I hatched a 5 kilometer egg, and I walked much longer than, or much further than 5 kilometers. So it seemed like only maybe half the distance I walked, or maybe 3/4 of the distance was actually being logged. Because I know if I walk from my house across the street, down the street, and down the street again, and across, and it's like basically cross town. It's basically from my house to the end of this other street that I walk to is about a mile each way. And so that would be a little under 5 kilometers. However, when I got back, it said I only logged about 3 kilometers, even though I was actually closer to 5 than 3, because I walked down the way, which was a mile each way, and then I also walked around my block like 2 times because there's a Pokestop right near my house, and then there's another one like 2 blocks away from my house and to the west. So I walked those, collected those Pokestops while I was on this other walk, and it still wasn't enough to hatch the egg. The distance tracking has gotten a little bit better, but it's still not logging the distance as well as it should. So I hope that that is an issue that will be fixed as well. And also when they bring out the Pokemon Go Plus or what it's called, like the little not dongle, but the little accessory that actually logs distance as well. So if you have that on and you're walking, it will like record how far you walked, and then when you open the app again, you can sync that information. So if I'm for some reason like I have an older phone, so I can't really listen to music and play Pokemon Go at the same time on it. It just crashes the app if I do that. So let's say if I took a walk with the Pokemon accessory, it would log how far I've walked, and then when I come back and open the app again, sync the data from the it's not the PokeWatch, but whatever they're going to call it, sync that data to the game. It will say like, okay, you weren't in the app, but you walked 3 kilometers. Let's add that to your distance walked because there's achievements that will trigger when walking certain distances. And then, of course, the main reason you walk is to hatch your eggs because there's some eggs that are 2 kilometers, which I've hatched. I hatched a Magikarp out of a 2 kilometer egg today. I hatched a Venonat out of a 5 kilometer egg 3 days ago. And then yesterday I hatched a Jynx out of a 10 kilometer egg. And I walked much farther than the combined, which was like 10, like 18 kilometers, or 15, yeah, 15, 17 kilometers was the total distance to hatch those eggs. However, I walked much further than that because I have another app I was using to actually track those distances. But hopefully those are issues that will be fixed. I definitely need to get a newer phone. My phone Basically, I had to play it with like sound off, music off, augmented reality is turned off as well. So I'm playing it with the like basic settings, and I've caught in a few Pokemon. So I've gotten, I think my best Pokemon is a 202 EeVee. I need to get more EeVees so I can evolve that into one of the evolutions. I really want to find Chansey. I have a coworker that actually caught Chansey, which is pretty cool. I have yet to see one. I think the rarest Pokemon I had, like the only Pokemon I've seen once, and I was managed to catch was a Pikachu. And then I did see a Hitmonchan one day. I threw a ball on it, and it actually captured it. And then it broke out, and then the Hitmonchan disappeared. So I'm having a lot of fun with the game. I'm hoping that some of these issues will be fixed, especially with distance tracking and timed items not being used when you're not in the game, because it feels like some of the items are just being wasted, especially when there's server issues. But let me know in the comments what you think of this video. Let me know what Pokemon you've seen, what Pokemon you've caught. I'll put a list of Pokemon that I have in the description for this video right below. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and get out and catch some Pokemon. Take care.